Welcome, cartel members, to this Sunday morning special episode just for you guys. I'm not going to put too much effort into the video except for mental effort, but as far as editing wise and all that good stuff, I'm just going to leave that for the next couple of videos. I'm still in the middle of doing some things and I don't have much time these days, as you guys could imagine with all that I'm going through right now. So, but it doesn't mean I can't slap together a quick video for my cartel members. And maybe even preach some of the word of God. Now, God works in mysterious ways, right? I woke up this morning and I saw T-Spiracy's video on Gernon. What I can't remember the title of it. People that like to make money off of Gernon or something to that effect. And it was a really well-made video. I suggest everybody, well, I'm actually going to show it to you at the end of this video here. So just stay tuned and you're going to see it here in a couple of minutes. But before I get to that, let's read this article that I read after watching this T-Spiracy. And then you're going to understand, I do believe, how God works and how God moves and how God moves me even. So I see things like this and I feel it in my heart to kind of comment. And I just kind of peruse through news stories and see what touches me. You get what I'm saying? And I'm sure a lot of people do that thing throughout life in different aspects of it. But let's dive into this story real quick. When Jennifer Buchholz, pardon me if I'm saying that wrong, a private investigator and admin of the unsolved murder of Rebekah Facebook group, received a direct message from a man named William Miller about the case in January 2020, it didn't strike her as odd. Miller had sent her a newspaper clipping from 2004, days after Gould was killed, that mentioned a neighbor had heard screams around the time Gould was murdered. It was a clipping that she had been sent plenty of times from members of the Facebook group. She told the audience at CrimeCon in 2021, presented by Oxygen, but just 11 months later, Miller was arrested for Gould's murder. Miller's participation in the Facebook group and more were discussed on Friday, June 4th, at How We Helped Find Rebekah Gould's Killer, a 16-year journey to justice, a panel at CrimeCon 2021 featuring Buchholz and George Jarrett, an award-winning investigative journalist. Rebekah Gould, 22, was reported missing in channels that cover these stories, Gernon, that's the name of the thing. But anyway, Rebekah Gould, 22, was reported missing on September 21st, 2004. She had been staying with her boyfriend, Casey McCullough, in Izard County, Arkansas, and was allegedly last seen when she dropped him off at work the morning of September 20th. She was supposed to drive with her sister back to Fayetteville, where Gould was a student at Northwest Arkansas Community College later that day, but she never showed up. And then there is Rebekah Gould and William Miller. Okay, Rebekah Gould and William Miller photo, Facebook, Lane County Sheriff's Office. Days later, her body was discovered off a highway. She had been killed by 2 blows to the head, Jared Kulo. Now, that's not this guy right here, okay? Just to make that very clear. That's who they suspected, and you're going to see why here in a second. And it really does scream Gernon. The Gernon case. Police zeroed in on her boyfriend McCullough as a person of interest as the crime seemingly took place at his home. According to Buchholz and Jarrett, Gould's dog, car, cell phone, and other personal effects were all still at his home, and there were bloody sheets in the washing machine. I'm going to repeat that. There were bloody sheets in the washing machine. However, McCullough was never formally identified as a suspect, and years passed before any arrest in the case was made. Buchholz and Jarrett had teamed up to investigate the murder of Rebekah Gould, which was being formally handled by the Arkansas State Police. A pair of their efforts was setting up the unsolved murder of Rebekah Gould Facebook group in November 2019. Shortly after, Buchholz said in January 2020, she started receiving direct messages from William Miller, a 44-year-old Texas man who had joined the Facebook group and was an active participant, posting theories, even claiming at one point McCullough and Gould were in a love triangle, Jared told the audience. Now, I wonder if that means a love triangle between Mikulo, Gould, and this Miller fellow, or a different love triangle. Anyway, at first the DM seemed like any other ones she received from group members until she realized he was actually Casey Mikulo's cousin. Buchholz said she considered the possibility Miller was sharing whatever she said with McCullough, so she tried to be careful with her responses. Miller, though, repeatedly expressed sympathy for Gould's family and told her he wanted to get justice for Gould. He even sent Buchholz the name of the neighbor who had reportedly heard screams around the time Gould was killed. Then, in November 2020, Miller was arrested for her murder. He allegedly confessed to the killing, telling police he had asked Gould if he could come into McCullough's home to use the phone and then beat her with a piano leg. Police have not released the motive, Arkansas Online reported in April 21. Miller has been charged with first-degree murder. His trial is scheduled for August 2021. So, I mean, I don't know. Comment down below your guys' thoughts and theories and what you guys think about the parallels and the commonalities between this case and the Cash Gernon case. Now, obviously, granted, the victims here are different. So, anyway, that's all I really have for you. Now, let's go ahead and watch this video from T-Spiracy. T-Spiracy, you're doing a wonderful job. I really like your videos. Please accept my thank you for all that you said in this video. It really does embody, I think, what a lot of us content creators feel. So thank you very much. And cartel members, you guys are great. I love you guys. Every one of you, y'all have supported me in every aspect of this channel. So no complaints here. That's all I have for you. Let's check out this video. And as always, you know the routine. To God be the glory. I'm going to say it twice just because I forgot to say it last video. As always, to God be the glory.
Someone needs to tell you, and we all know I will be the one, right? Right? Okay. I'm going to do a little PSA real quick here because there's this huge misconception out there, and I feel like it's largely based on ignorance. Sometimes through no fault of the person stating it because they literally just are ignorant and they don't know any better. Karen says, now, Karen, I'm not kidding, yo. This comment is really from Karen. All right, here we go. What's really sick is the fact that drama channels are making money off a dead 4-year-old child. The Dallas police and the FBI know how to do their job. Newsflash, MGL has Kim drive by Monica's house. Someone's gonna get hurt. I forgot all you drama channels know more than the Dallas police and the FBI. Okay. Where do I start, dear Karen? All the people that have a problem with somebody like me, you know, talking about somebody like Cash Gernon, please take a seat, okay? Pull up a chair, take a seat, and listen up, all right? If you think for 1 second that there is money to be made off of this, let me explain a few things for you, right? One, let's start with number 1. True crime is damn near impossible to monetize. The ads that you do see on true crime videos are likely going into YouTube's pockets because not every ad you see on YouTube goes directly to the creator. If you don't believe me, Google is your friend. Do the research yourself and figure it out because that's the sad facts. The videos that do somehow make it to monetization, right? For example, my Cash Gernon Live made it to monetization. What happened was, right after it got monetized, something called Content ID, right? Content ID is YouTube's computer. Content ID is a filter, right? So when you play a video, for example, when I played the Fox News video of Monica's interview or Cameron's, the computer system that is YouTube, the Content ID system, grabs it and they go, oh no, this isn't yours, T-Spiracy. This belongs to Fox News. So what we're going to do, we're going to take your monetization away and we're going to let Fox News decide if they want to argue this, that, here, you can appeal this, whatever. So now, because I'm smart enough to know that I can show a video when I'm doing commentary, I know that eventually Fox News will either release the claim or I'll argue it to the death and win, one or the other, right? That's neither here nor there, because even if I were to argue it, even if, you know, Fox News released it, even if, oh, just a sorry, big mix up here, sorry, you know, By the time all that is said and done, everybody will have already seen the video anyways, so there will be no money to be made. So again, that goes for the videos that do somehow make it. It's a battle. A lot of people don't realize the struggle that some creators go through, especially ones who dare venture into the true crime atmosphere, because of the issues that come along with it. If you want to make money on YouTube, the true crime is not the way to go, my friend, because there is a reason. Take on Bailey Sarian, for example, or Stephanie Harlow, right? They have sponsors. They don't have sponsors because they're super cool. They have sponsors mostly because, guess what? They can't show ads that they can make money from. So they have to have another form of income to keep their channel going. So what happens is every content creator will upload a video and be like, yeah, this is good. I took all the bad words out. I said what I was supposed to say. I replaced the bad words with, essay or whatever. And they'll upload it, right? And then boom, demonetized. And what happens is when YouTube takes your green light, your green money sign, and turns it into yellow money sign, right? That means you don't barely make anything at all. I mean, at that point, it's kind of like a joke. You're lucky if you get enough to make a coffee, and I'm not kidding either. Here's where the huge problem is, because once they put it into that, they don't say, oh, we did this, we put you in yellow because you said this word, or you did this, or you showed that. No, they don't tell you exactly what it is you did that they didn't like. Isn't that crazy? A lot of people don't know that. That's messed up, right? And if they are lucky enough to get blessed by getting a super chat, right? YouTube takes 30% of that super chat off the rip. Anybody that's talked about this case recently, right? They're not making money hand over fist. I'm sorry to break it to you. That's not happening. Majority of the people that talk about these kids and these true crime cases are literally doing it out of the kindness of their heart. The least you can do is like the video, share the video, comment on the video, whatever, because that's all they're going to get at the end of the day, no matter how much work they put in, right? That's all they get. And they get shadow banned. Shadow banned is when the algorithm, the almighty YouTube gods, look at your material and they go, nah, you know what? That doesn't seem very watchworthy. We're going to put it in the back. So this whole picture that this Karen lady is trying to paint, and all the other Karens out there that try to be like, ooh, you're just making money off a tragedy. Ew. Are there people who do that out there? Absolutely. Am I one of them? Abso-freaking-lutely not. Is Madness or A-Balance or Molly or any of those people, or Tiffany Marie, or any of those people, doing it because they're trying to get rich? No, they're doing it because they care. Okay? Those people who spend hours upon hours researching the facts of this case, hours upon hours of editing, hours upon hours of bringing you stuff that you're not going to see on mainstream media news. There's not a lot of money to be made doing this. It is lucky for me. It is not my full-time job. It is not my sole source of income. The things I talk about are things I'm passionate about. Like I said, there are people out there who, just search for the top of the tier of whatever's trending to try to make a few bucks. Yeah, of course people do that. There's going to be people like that in every field of work that exists on planet Earth, You people crack me up oh, you're trying to make money off a kid, blah, 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 blah. There is no money to be made. Where is all this money? Somebody please tell me where this money is. And I think any of the creators I mentioned could absolutely vouch for the same thing. Let's focus on the second part of the comment. The second part of the comment, because let's just keep going with Karen here. The Dallas police and the FBI know how to do their jobs. Newsflash, MGL has Kim drive by Monica's house. Someone's gonna get hurt. I forgot to tell you all drama channels, you know everything more than the Dallas police and the FBI. Okay. Alright, first and foremost, Molly didn't make anybody do nothing. Kim is not hurting anybody. Did Kim go by Monica's? Yeah. Kim has connections. Kim has family members. From what I understand, I don't know Kim, but from what I understand, she has people in her immediate family who are police officers. I'm pretty sure that Kim knows what she's doing. She's not some dummy out there, creeping behind the bushes in Monica's house. She's driving by. Settle down. Geesh. Kim is a grown woman. If she wants to drive by somebody's house on a public street, she should be more than welcome to do that. I mean, as long as she's not hurting anybody, I really don't see the argument in that. I mean, and talk about, people getting hurt. You should go talk to Benny Keys over there, because he's the one who's trying to form his own little, group of people who gather up sticks and bats and go police the neighborhood. If I'd be worried about anybody, it'd be that dude. I'm just saying. Victim advocate clown college extravaganza class. The Dallas police and the FBI know how to do their job. You're absolutely right. They do know how to do their jobs. But you know what they don't know how to do? They don't know how to fix the crisis of being defunded. There is a reason why you get put on hold when you call 911. There is a reason why Darian Brown was able to run amok in that neighborhood, because by the time the neighbors called Dallas police to be like, yo, there's a dude out in my driveway with a hammer smashing my camera and doing this and that. By the time the police got there, dude was long gone. The FBI, yeah, they know how to do their jobs. That's very true, right? As far as last I knew, Karen, I don't believe any of us are trying to solve the case or, go arrest people. I mean, Benny might be, because, he's got his bats and his sticks and he's forming a militia. But when you have people like A-Balance and, Madness and Molly and Tiffany and whatever, we're just speculating. Literally speculating. There is nothing wrong with speculating. As a matter of fact, Karen, I'm going to show you a little statistic here that actually proves that social media helps cases like this. Everybody wants to be like, oh, social media ruins these crime cases. They cause all this, these rumors and it gets all messed up. Well, hey, guess what? If you're so confident in the police doing their job, but you turn around and say the social media is going to ruin it, I mean, I'm pretty sure if the police know how to do their job, they're not going to let social media ruin it. They're going to know what to look into, what not. And that's why more times than not, social media actually becomes helpful to investigations like this. And to anybody that says otherwise, show me the statistics, because I have them. And there are a lot of people out there, especially like I see in the Facebook groups, they say things like, you guys are just hurting the investigation. All the speculation just hurts the investigation. I mean, what do you think that police officers do when they talk to each other? They sit there, they speculate, they try to figure out the facts. They have to think like a criminal in order to solve crimes sometimes. So when you have a large platform of people throwing out perspectives that maybe you wouldn't think of otherwise, I mean, I can only view that as a good thing. Are there people out there who try to throw a wrench in the investigation? Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be, a few in the crowd who try to, ruin things no matter what goes on in life, right? But I found this statistic really interesting, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So there's a Center for Improving Investigations, right? And what they did was they sent out a survey to a bunch of agencies, law enforcement agencies, different kinds of law enforcement agencies too, not just like, your local police. And they came back with 81% of law enforcement officers actively use social media as an investigation tool to help solve crimes. 73% of law enforcement officers believe social media can help solve cases more quickly. 67% said that monitoring social media is a great way to anticipate a crime. And then, more research said half of the surveyed agencies reported that they have specifically contacted social media companies for evidence in investigations. Specifically, 76% of agencies do use social media to solicit tips on crimes, and 70% use it to gather intelligence for investigations. And here's another one I saw that was pretty cool. Social media can help provide police with a host of information they may not have otherwise discovered, as well as new witnesses. It means more eyes and ears to support an investigation when used properly. Now, also I noticed too is a lot of officers use social media to try to figure out connections, right? People will be like, I never heard of that person in my life. I wasn't with them. And then they find out that it's their friend on Facebook. Do you know what I mean? And I'm sure that, if I was a law enforcement officer anyways, I would be joining these armchair detective Facebook groups and reading what people are saying, because, the chances are somebody in there, very, very high chance that somebody in there knows a little too much, and maybe they'll slip up. But anyways, yeah, I just wanted to just address that, because not everybody who talks about cases like Cash Gernon's case is out for the almighty dollar. I mean, I have a pretty good feeling that the people that I follow anyways really do have good intentions. And, I just want you guys to understand, like, if people were here to make money, they wouldn't be talking about this. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, so not everything is what it seems. And if you don't know how content creation works and the ins and outs of it, then to accuse people of trying to just make a quick buck is kind of like ignorant in my opinion. But hey, who am I? All right. So anyways, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video, and more importantly, next time you're on your favorite true crime channel, right, make sure you support them. If it's not, a monetary support, because obviously not everybody can do that, like the video, share the video, make sure you subscribe, leave a comment. Those are things you can do as like a thank you. So if you're out there and you're watching videos and you're not liking them and you're not commenting, I mean, you're useless. Just kidding.